Good evening. Today's date is December 28th, 2024. Time is about 5:48 p.m. I did an extensive live video yesterday. A lot of people weren't able to get on it, so I went ahead, did a recording on it, edited it a little bit, and then I put it out. So when you get a chance, it's a little bit shy of an hour. Break it up in pieces if you might, but it's just pretty much my view on several different subjects, mainly dealing with the 14th Amendment, Section 3. But then I go on to other frames of thought as well, dealing with pretty much the election. Now, today I want to update you with Jessica Denson's new video, and of course her call out for support in regards, her call out to Congress, and calling them out as far as, hey, you need to get your stuff done, as well as she has a movement that she wanted to announce, and I will put the website for that movement, which is between January 3rd and January 5th of next year, supposedly here in D.C. It's going to be a march. If you can make it, that's great. I happen to live in the area, so I'll definitely be down there. I put now with the website, if you'll click on it, it'll ask you for your information, your name, your number, your email, or whatever. And when they get the information, they'll send it to you. They haven't done so as of yet, but I'm sure I'll get it and get the specifics as to how I can contribute. And hopefully it'll turn out to be a huge production in order to grab the ear of people out there on Capitol Hill. Of course, this won't be an insurrection or anything like that. It'll just be people, making their voices heard and letting Congress know exactly what they want. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, she'll go and explain, she'll go more into it. She's a very smart lady, a lot smarter than me, and she goes into detail as to what that's about and her current thoughts right now. So again, that address, as well as her podcast for, I guess it was, several hours ago or maybe even yesterday. I didn't get the exact time on it, but I know it's her most recent. That information will be in the comments for you guys to copy and go to. Okay. Second thing was another, I told you I go on and I look at a lot of different people as far as getting my information source. Now, I don't know this gentleman's name, but let me look up what I have here. His TikTok username or his site name is Pondering Politics. And I've watched him on several occasions. He's very well spoken, extremely intelligent, and he goes over the war between Elon Musk and MAGA. Okay, let me explain. He'll explain more in depth. I'll leave his information as well as to the points that he's making, and he articulates them very well. So I don't need to repeat them, but I'm just sort of giving you an overture. And pretty much you have two schools of thought. Matter of fact, three. You have a trifecta. You have Trump on one end. You have Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on the other end. And then you have MAGA, which is the third part of this. Again, trifecta. Now, the thing about Elon and Vivek are these guys are billionaires. And they didn't get billionaires because they're stupid. Maybe unethical in some regards, but definitely not stupid. Okay? So they know what it takes to make these billions of dollars. And what they do know, and what a lot of people know, and this is no slight to Americans in general, but you got to understand, America has been behind the curve in regards to higher education. Now, hey, granted, there's a lot of smart people out there, a lot of people rocking and rolling, Americans, and are doing great. But on the other hand, there's just as many people who are content with doing nothing. They have all the freedoms in the world, but they choose to do nothing and be nothing and just scrape by. Okay, remember I had mentioned earlier, a country is as strong as its weakest link. Okay, so what they want to do is they want to import help for the companies, for their companies, for the government to run whatever they want to run. They figure that the motivation outside of this country is a lot better. And to tell you the truth, it may just be. I know I was on a podcast, a live, I think it was last night, and they were talking about just that, as far as importing help from outside of the States. Now, the fact is that we have it so easy and cushy here in some regards, not every place, that we sort of just slide and get by. But people outside this country, places like India and other places, these guys, I mean, they wake up in the morning before they even think of having anything to eat. These guys are studying. They're studying and they're studying and they're studying, and they're getting to be the best they can be up here because they know that's their only way out of their situation. That's the only way out. So they educate themselves beyond what is expected here in the United States. This is just a fact, you know. So Elon and Vivek realize that there's this talent outside, and they would like to bring these people in on these work visas. Now, Donald Trump's been touting all along how he wants to get rid of people, and that's what the MAGA people support. Let's get rid of these guys. 10, 15 million people, let's get them out of the country. And these guys are talking about, no, let's bring these guys, the smart guys, in the country. So there's a butting of heads. Now, Donald Trump needs both of these facets. He needs Vivek and he needs Elon because that's his money source. But he also needs the support of MAGA because those are the tens of millions of people that supposedly got him where he is today. But make no mistake, when it comes to who he's going to side with eventually are the people who bring him in the money. Do these MAGA people bring him in the money? Oh, no. These guys are a liability. They're costing money. All you MAGA folks out there, do you bring Donald Trump money outside of what you gave him to take care of his legal bills? Do you actually give him money? Does he make money off of you? No. But Vivek and Elon got him by the short hairs because they're in a position to where they can satisfy that part of Donald Trump. Now, make no mistake, he used the MAGA people to get him where he wants to be. As I said yesterday, they brought him to the dance, and he doesn't need you anymore. Trust me, he doesn't need you for two reasons. Number one, he's not going to go again. He's not going to go for president again. And number two, he needed your voting power. He needed that illusion, that 33%, that 30% of people that are in his corner to pull off what they may have pulled off this time around. And it really has nothing to do with winning this race legally, in my opinion. Okay? So you had that trifecta going on. Elon and Vivek, which are going to come in and try to trim the national debt. So this way they can put money in the pockets of the billionaires that are working this. As far as all you MAGA folks who voted for him, congratulations, you've just been suckered. Admit it. I mean, look, I'm not a Democrat. I sometimes vote for the Republican Party. I haven't done anything lately, but I have voted for the Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. So I'm not, those liberals and what have you. I don't fall in that category. And there's many, many millions of us that feel the same way. We're not Democrats, but we know right from wrong. We can see when somebody's pulling our chain. Okay? So you had that trifecta going on. Now, with Pondering Politics, and again, I'll put his link in there, he goes over a Yahoo article, which goes over in depth exactly what he's talking about and the discussions back and forth. Now, as I said, Donald Trump's in a quagmire. Who do I support? Which side? He's got to ride this fine line to make sure he doesn't piss off Elon and he doesn't piss off his supporters. But you know what? You can't have your cake and eat it too. He's going to have to make a decision one way or the other as to which way he wants to go. Either way is not a good situation. But if he were to choose who he wanted to be on his side, again, he's not running for another term. So who do you think he's going to side with? Just when you guys think it's about the knight on the white horse coming to save me? Okay. Now, several other things I wanted to cover today, and I got to get into my notes here, is okay. Now, as far as the certification of the votes are concerned, the purpose for this march is to gain light, to put light on the will of the people and what they want. Now, there are a lot of people out there, even in the social media areas which are sort of downplaying this 14th Amendment Section 3 thing. Like it's not a thing. It is a thing. And Jessica will explain to you again when you get into her podcast exactly what she's talking about. And she cites from various sources as well. So she's very well informed, and I advise you guys to go ahead and take a listen. Both her and this other gentleman from Pondering Politics. Their podcasts are a little bit longer than what typical TikTok people want to listen to. Usually it's just kind of flipping through, and if it doesn't gain your attention, you're on to the next video. But take the time to listen to these. It's about an hour long, and so was my live last night. Listen to it. Take the time to listen to it. Time is of essence. We don't have much time to go before the certification. So every day, every minute, every hour counts. Okay. Now, as I said, I'll go ahead and put that. Now, there's several players in this whole game here, in this entire game. Let me explain to you who they are. Well, number one, you have the Democrats. And the Democrats would like to think that they're people of conscience, and most, if not all of them, most of them are. And they want to see this country, and this is my opinion. You may differ with me, but it's my opinion. Okay? They want to see this country go the way that it was intended to go, what the forefathers had put together. Then you have your Republicans, and I'm not saying that they don't want the same thing, but they would rather be isolationists. Leave us alone, government, leave us alone, and we'll go ahead and work it out on our own. And by the way, this is our country, and don't bring in that new stuff because it's going to mess up our situation. Okay? The third type of person is a Republican who knows what the deal is. And I'm talking about these people, Trump for profit type Republicans. They know they're going to gain some type of notoriety, a raise in a job, a good paying slot as an anchor, or whatever it might be, or even be paid by somebody here in the States or some type of oligarch overseas to spew all kinds of stupid stuff, because that's what needs to be done in order for people like this to succeed. Then you have your MAGA folks. And the MAGA folks really think that this guy is coming here to save them. Hey man, he's my king. I've heard all kinds of descriptions about this guy. I thought he was the second coming of Jesus. Okay, so now you got those people, and and they're pretty much hook, line, and sinker on whatever this guy says. Makes no difference what he says. He could say, "I hate you, Republicans. I hate you, MAGAs. You guys are idiots." He could say that, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's just joking. He don't mean it." Okay. So those are the type of characters that we're actually dealing with in this whole fiasco, and why it makes it difficult for us to see one end from the other. But trust me, this guy is in it for the billionaires, and that's the other group of people. He's in it for the oligarchs, for the billionaires. He wants to enrich these people. As a reward, he gets money and power, and that's what he wants. But one thing he's short-sighted on is that you can't take it with you, man. Donald Trump, you can't take it with you. I always tell my daughters, act on this earth in the same way that they would describe you in your eulogy when you pass. What are they going to say about you? Are they going to say you were a great person, you had beautiful hair, your eyes were great, you were stocked, rack stacked, or whatever it might be? No. They're going to talk about the person that you were, what your beliefs were, what you did for your fellow man, what you sacrificed, how you thought outside of yourself. Those are the things that people are going to remember you for. Otherwise, you'll just be a footnote in time. Those are the people that people remember. So, you can't take it with you, man. You're 70-something years old. Your time is almost up, my friend. What are you saving all this money for? What are you saving all this power for? It doesn't make a difference. What's worth more to you right now is the time that you have. As I mentioned in another video, is worth more than all the treasure in the world. And as far as you billionaires are concerned, there's only so much you can spend. Once you have everything that you want, what else is there? What else is your money good for? I might have touched on it earlier. It's about power and positioning. It's 150 million billionaires on this planet that control the economy. But once you have all you need to survive, what else do you need? Except for power and greed. So this is what we're dealing with. It's not red against blue. It's not Democrats against Republicans. It's not liberals against MAGA. It is red and blue against green, money and power. Don't lose sight of that. What can be done? Well, I don't know. The people who are where they are right now, the billionaires, they're there because of who? Who put them there? Who put Elon Musk where he is? Who put Jeff Bezos where he is? Who put Zuckerman or Zucker, whatever his name is, from Facebook? Who put him where he is? The people put him there. And if the people put him there, the people can take them out as well. But we can only do it together. Okay. That's my soapbox for this evening. Please repost. I appreciate everybody listening. And as I said, tune into my video that I had last night. It has a little bit more information as far as my perspective. Let's get together and do something by going to the website that Jessica Denson had mentioned, signing up and getting what information she has. And a lot of us may not be able to make it to Washington. I'm fortunate that I live here. So it's easy enough for me to get down there. But try to make the effort. Make your voices heard. If things don't go our way, at least you can say that you tried everything you possibly could to make things happen. Even something as simple as this will make a difference. Good enough. Again, repost, and I'll come at you later. Thank you.